I am living proof that you don't have to know numbers or learn all the time. But team, welcome. Welcome to Tuesday Night Live, because today's Tuesday, and we're here with our guest speaker, Lori, who her chair is just not as tall as me. I'm just kidding.
Wait, if I can see, because I cut off when I go there. Hang on, wait,
I think if you sit back, you're good. I don't want you to feel like you have to be right in your camera.
The screen here cuts my face off right here. But
I see all of you.
All right, we're good. We're gonna
Let me put our names on the screen because that makes us important.
Oh, snap.
So, feel free to introduce yourself and tell everyone what you love about me. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
I can go on. That can go the whole time.
No lie. I did that at Rally in January to the new managers. I was like, all right, introduce yourself, share how long you've been with Paisleys, and share your favorite thing about me. Totally kidding, but they did it. It was hilarious. No.
Well, we can do that. I mean, I can give you like 9 bajillion things, and
no.
I'm not able to stop looking at my hair and fixing it, but I'm going to stop.
I can't stop looking at this face because it's not at its best. I'll just be honest.
Oh no, you're gorgeous, and this way actually works really well because, like I said, I can only see from here up on this screen that I'm looking at, so it works.
Awesome. That's hilarious.
It's perfect because then I know where I need to look to talk. So it's all good. So I will introduce myself really quickly. I am Lori Sharkey from the great state of New Jersey, where it's still freaking snowing.
Okay, I gotta interrupt. Let me interrupt for just 1 second. I'm in North Carolina. It just started hailing at my house. My husband's like, I'm bringing my car into the garage. I'm like, well, okay, I guess my car will just stay outside.
No
big deal.
We already have a snow day for tomorrow. Today was the first day of spring, and we're expecting like a foot of snow.
Wow.
So I'm over it. I'm cold and cranky, and I want sunshine. But other than that, I am an executive manager with Pink Zebra and have been with this lovely company since October of 2013. So October will be my 5-year mark. Woo! And I'm excited to talk to you all tonight. It's going to be fun because Melina gave me a task and I'm up for it. Somehow, some way, I'm up for it. I'm not a prepper and a preparer, so I don't have notes. I just kind of wing it with my ideas. And sometimes we come off on tangents, but that's okay because they're usually like somewhere related somehow, unless I lose my train of thought. Oh, and what I love about Melina, how awesome is Melina? Oh, you're so wonderful. You are like, you said today, was it yesterday's video or whatever with Kayla that like you were her spirit animal? I'm pretty sure you're everybody's spirit animal, and we all just love Melina. So,
oh my gosh,
that's how we roll. Don't blush yet. It's all good.
I totally am blushing.
It's all good. I am super excited to talk about kind of getting back to basics, relaunching if you need to relaunch, and kind of getting started if maybe you've been in a rut, because hey, we've all been there. I'll tell you all a little bit of my story, where not that I'm an expert in this subject, but unfortunately I know the drill. So 2013 when I joined, I was doing really well. Everything was going great. Promotions were good. Team was good. All of that jazz. 2016 hit, and a little birdie got in my head and said, you should totally join this company because you can make a lot of money really fast, and I think you'd be great at it. I did. Biggest mistake ever, because I was so focused on trying to run 2 direct sales businesses And that company was run awfully from home office, support, leadership, all of that jazz, that I lost realistically 10 months of my business with Pink Zebra. So I've had to really kind of start from the bottom again and rebuild and relaunch numerous times. And realistically, I feel like everybody kind of has to relaunch probably every catalog change. So this is kind of a really good a good time, I guess, to talk about this, because there might be some of you that are thinking, oh goodness, I really haven't propelled since the catalog change. Well, now's your chance. So in my head, there's kind of 3 things that you need to prepare or get your mind under to relaunch successfully. And the first thing is making sure that you have a no matter what goal. What does that mean? Lori, what does that mean? What's no matter what goal?
What does that mean? Sorry.
Your no matter what goal means that you set a goal for yourself, either for the month, for the week, for the day, for the 6-month time period that you're focused on, or for the year, that no matter what happens in your world, because let's be real, life happens. But no matter what, you're going to hit that goal. For me, when I kind of came back to Pink Zebra, my no matter what goal in July of last year was my top seller ribbon every month and the top sponsor ribbon every month. If you don't know what that means, we could talk about it, but those are my 2. In addition to that, it was also the incentive trip and a sales consistency award. So those were my no matter what goals. That's what I focused on, and everything else, whether a hostess canceled, whether customers didn't like a fragrance or didn't like a product that they had, whether somebody quit my team, whether somebody resigned, whether I got sick, somebody got sick in my house, whatever it was, no matter what part of life happened, those were the goals. And in addition to that, setting those no matter what goals and having trackers, having real life paper trackers where you can say, okay, so I have my sales consistency tracker where I deduct every month what I sell. And as of February, I was only $1,068 away from the sales consistency award. This is what happens when you track. I promise you, this is so what happens when you track, because you're like, whoa, how did I do this? I have March, April, May, and June to earn the award, and I'm going to earn it this month. So that's what happens when you track. The same thing with the incentive points trip. Print out your tracker. Use that as your guide, because now you have your no matter what goal, but you have a real life visual to take that and say, okay, this is what I need. Do the math. Some of us aren't so good at math, so you use an Excel sheet so that does it for you. That's how you do it. So the first step in relaunching or restarting or refueling your goal is to decide what it is that you want. It can be as big of a dream as you need or as little as a dream as you need. Some people I know in my team, and actually one of the things that way back when I started was just to pay for like daycare, or to pay for like karate lessons, to pay for a haircut every other month, or nails done, whatever it is. It can be as grand or as small of a goal as you want it to be. Sometimes it's just a tank of gas every week. I mean, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Well, are you laughing at me or laughing?
I'm laughing at myself.
I love it.
Eating my chocolate cake. And then I'm also laughing because it sounded like you said, take a gas. And I'm like, yeah, sometimes you just gotta take a gas.
I'm not gonna lie, I so want chocolate cake right now.
Do you guys have Publix up there?
We do not.
Oh gosh.
We have ShopRite, but I have a whole fresh batch of cookies in my oven at the moment. Well, not in the oven, but like cooling from the oven. So that's what we do on snow days, is we bake.
I love it.
Oh, that's just what we do. All right. So that's goals. I don't know how, I'm probably not going to be as long as probably your other speakers have been. Unless
as long as I was in your group last night.
Listen, this is what you do. So yeah, have your trackers and your no matter what goal. That's first and foremost, because what's the saying? A dream without a date is just a wish, or something like that. Or a goal without a date is just a wish.
Yep.
So don't wish, set your goal, find your tracker, make it happen. How do you make it happen? Well, the next thing that you need is your calendar. Calendar. I don't have April transferred into here yet, but you need a calendar. And why do I say that that's number 2? I say that's number 2 because if you have your trackers and you have your goal of, say, selling $4,000 in product for the month, okay? If you break that down to our average parties, that's like 10 parties a month, right? But let's say you only have 2 weekends open in a month. Well, how are you booking 10 parties in a month? I'm talking home parties. How are you booking 10 home parties in a month if you only have 2 Saturdays open in the month? So with your no matter what goal, being realistic and your calendar, you can figure out where it is that you're going to fit that work, those events, those parties, those, maybe you're doing trainings, all of those things. If you have children, maybe you have to fit in soccer practice, dance practice, karate lessons, school functions, blah, 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 all those things that make us crazy. But if you physically don't have the time to do that, then maybe we need to rework our party goal and maybe change that to sponsoring so that you can still make the same income level. Does that make sense? If you're working on booking parties, but you don't have that time to know when you're available or open for business, it becomes really difficult to hit that goal. And then what happens is you get discouraged and you get frustrated, and then you're like, nope, I'm done, because you think it doesn't work. It does work. You have to work it and work it into your schedule. Make sense? Anybody have questions so far? I don't know. I can't see. I don't know if there's comments or anything, so I can't really see if that's happening.
No questions at this time.
So those are the 2. And I know that a lot of people talk about like restarting your business and all sorts of different things to do that. But those 2 things, if you are working with those 2 things and know where to start with your open for business days, that's going to put you in a better position to do the next part. Hold on 1 second. What?
Can I have some more?
No, I told you when I come down.
Okay.
Thank you. Sorry, children. Cookies are fresh from the oven, so I really can't blame him for knocking on the door, but that's just how he rolls. Okay, so calendar and trackers and goals. And then the dreaded thing that nobody likes to do or talk about is dun dun dun, your friends list.
Oh yeah. They've been hearing a lot from me about that.
Yes. Well, it's kind of a game changer. And I'm guilty. When I started, I was like, what's a friends list? Why do I need a friends list? I know who's going to have a party for me. I know who's not going to have a party for me. I know it all because I've done direct sales for 10 years. So I just know everything. Nah, wrong. This is a working list. This is always, always, always updated. So you start with it, and I can guarantee probably that there's a lot of people that have never done the Franks list. Like, never done the Franks list. Maybe don't even know what the Franks list is. Maybe have never seen it in our back office, whichever might be. Because I know it used to come printed in that little new consultant guide, but it doesn't anymore. Like, you actually have to search for it in back office. I think they put it under training now. So resources, training, resources, new consultant, and then it's there. But this is a must. It's a must because a lot of times we do put the list in our head of, okay, I can ask this person, and this person. But I can tell you that just doing this again, it's like a memory jogger of sorts, that when you write a name, you're like, oh, I never thought of this person. So let me put their name down. They might not know that you even are a sprinkle queen. They might not know anything that has to do with pink zebra. So you want to make sure that you're keeping this list ongoing and running so that you kind of remember things. And then as you start doing events and more parties, you're adding new customers, you're adding people that have maybe had an interest in an event but didn't have money at the time. Or maybe you play a game at events and parties and their interests have changed from customer to now possible host. So it's always, always, always changing and always, always, always updating. And maybe somebody now has flat out told you, look, I'm not going to host for you. So you can take their name off the list. You have to update it both ways. So those that have finally given you the flat out no, and they're not stringing you along anymore. And the ones that are brand new, that maybe you're now friends on Facebook and maybe you now have a relationship with them. So you want to make sure that you're keeping their name on that list and actually using it, because I know a couple of people too that are good for writing out the list and filling it out, but don't use it. They just write it out and fill it and then let it sit there. And they're like, oh, I know 50 people I can call, but they don't actually call. And I shouldn't say call, because I think, Melina, you know this from tag team too. Nobody answers their phone anymore. Nobody does. I get it. It's really hard to actually make phone calls. But if you're texting and emailing, I think texting is like number one, right? Like texting is like 60% of people answer or something like that. So that's really your number one. But you want to be using that. You want to be using that Frank's list and updating it often to really put those contacts into your calendar to hit the goal. They all kind of loop together. It's like a magic circle of awesome. That's what it is.
It's like a pizza.
Yes, it is like a pizza. It's like connection pizza.
Yes. The crust is your goals, and your no matter what goals. And what was the other thing you said?
The calendar.
Yeah. Okay. So crust, no matter what goals, and calendar. The sauce is your Frank list. Whatever you're about to talk about next is toppings. I can always turn something into a food analogy.
Yes. and part of the Frank's list comes too of I get a lot of people that say, okay, well, what if I don't like have a circle of influence that's going to book parties or all of this, and I like legitimately have to start with cold calls or cold market. That's where your no matter what goal comes into really, really, really big play, and really, really knowing what that is, because that's where you have to get uncomfortable. That's where you have to put yourself out there and literally market yourself elsewhere to make it happen. That means we talk a lot on my team page, like visiting local businesses with samples, making connections with the people that you see on a daily, weekly, monthly basis that do your hair, that clean your puppies, that all of those things are all really important ways to connect outside of that circle. The fun thing is that once you start to do that and get out to that little bit of a cold market, eventually all of those people become part of your warm market and they get added to your Frank's list. It's like this really crazy kind of pizza that happens. It just happens, but you have to be willing to step up and step out to make it happen. And that's being really clear on your goals. So
I love it.
See, I'm quick-winded. I'm like quick-winded and just shoot it out there. Does anybody have any questions? Melina, do you have any questions?
I'm gonna think of a question.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it won't be bad. I want to think of a really good one.
All right.
Maybe I should take a bite of my cake first.
Absolutely.
Yeah, while I pause for dramatic effect.
I'm drinking hot coffee at 8:30 at night because that's just how I roll. I'm coffee all night long. Maybe that's why I'm like out of my chair and like, hey.
I thought of something.
Cool.
So, I was in direct sales before Pink Zebra. I was in a company that really, really harped on scripts. My philosophy now is a little different. That I might say things the same way every time, but I don't have a quote unquote script. Do you have scripts you use, or do you just try to keep the conversations feeling casual, even if you're going to ask them a question the same way that you would maybe ask someone else? So technically you kind of follow,
right,
not a script, but you know what I'm saying.
I mean, the script really comes only in the part of the question.
Yeah.
But as far as like an actual script when I make phone calls, no, because everybody's different, and everybody you talk to is different. And yes, you're genuine in your approach and your conversation and this and that. But, I have a really good customer who's a single, retired, older woman who lost a daughter that was my age. And we have a really good connection that way. But I'm not going to be like, hey, girl, you want to book a party? Now, somebody that I have a connection with that, like I used to work with, that is my age, and like we just connect that way, I might do that. Be like, hey, listen, I need another party for the next month. Do you want to get together with some friends and drink some wine? It's a completely different approach, and I cater it to who I'm talking to. It's just, the same way that you would have a conversation with somebody if you met for coffee. Mm-hmm. It's the same way you want to have the conversation, whether it be in text, on the phone call, or through even through an email. People can read your tone, even though they say that they can't. I think they can. And depending on the person, sometimes the people read your tone based on how they are. So sometimes I'm really careful of, like, I don't want to come off sounding like snobby or snooty, because that's how they're going to interpret it. Right. So I add a couple fluffy words or whatever it is. I still come off as me, but it's catered to the person that you're talking to. Big time.
What are fluffy words?
Fluffy words. Fluffy words. Like, I won't just say, let's book a party for April. I'll say, hey, let's book an amazing girls' night out with lots of wine, some cheese and crackers and snacks and adjectives, I guess, are what fluffy words are. Okay. Let's make it fun. So that they're not like stuck in that party.
Okay, so here's another question. So you joined October 2013.
Yes.
Do you remember when you promoted to executive consultant?
It was October, January or February of 2014.
Okay. When did you promote to manager?
August or September 2014.
Okay. And there was no senior manager, so you went from manager to executive manager. When did you promote to executive manager?
October of 2015. November of 2015.
Okay.
Yes.
And when are you promoting to director?
I'm hopeful that it's going. Well, no, I'm not hopeful. My plan is
You're not hopeful, but you're
hopeful. My plan is the end of this year. Yes. I need a couple more things to fall into place, and realistically, I need my sponsoring to boost up.
Yeah. I get that. Yeah. So your no matter what goals were, sales consistency, which will hit.
Yes.
The trip.
Yes.
Are you going on the trip?
Yes.
With me?
Yes.
I'm so excited. Sorry. I should not be eating this cake.
38 days.
I know. And then you wanted the top seller and top sponsor ribbon every month, both of them?
Yes. So from July, because technically I kind of was still doing both businesses through, I guess it was May I sent in my resignation. So kind of gave myself, a little bit of time, and reunion kind of hit it in place too, that starting July, top seller, top sponsor ribbon. Have I earned both every month consistently? I've earned the top seller ribbon consistently. It's the top sponsor that I think I missed 2 or 3 months, but I'm okay with that. It's give myself some grace.
Yeah.
You
have to.
Yeah. But it's definitely, once it was in writing and a goal was set and consistency was important at that point too, I made it happen.
So what would you say is something you have learned since you joined Pink Zebra that surprised you?
Something? You're coming up with the good questions.
I know.
Here's something that recently has surprised me. So I've done the direct sales gigs, and basically I graduated high school and bought my first kit. I was like, this is my career plan. Like, some people want to be doctors. I want to be a direct seller. That's kind of how I went. I did every company under the sun, like everything from bags to life insurance. And I kid you not.
No, I believe you.
Like everything under the sun. Something that's surprised me most recently is that Pink Zebra genuinely 100% is just a vehicle for Tom and Kelly to actually care about the people that are here. Tom and Kelly and everybody else involved in home office. There is not a company that puts this much pride and passion in their force as Pink Zebra. Like, hands down. And that was probably one of the biggest things that kind of drew me back. Big time.
Yeah. It's so, I really only have one other company experience, which was skincare and cosmetics. I was very briefly, this long, 3 months with a weight loss company. That's a joke. I like cake. No, I mean, I really was with that company, but looking back, I'm like, that was why? I wasn't even serious about my weight loss. I'm more serious about it now, but I still wanted cake tonight. And so like you, I've pretty much been in direct sales since I've been out of high school. I mean, I was 19 when I bought my starter kit for Mary Kay. I'm comfortable saying the names.
Yeah.
And so May, what month are we in? May.
March.
Those are the kinds of questions I ask myself. What day is it? What month are we in? I forget. So in May, it will be 14 years that I've been in direct sales, which is crazy.
Yeah, I guess that's about what I've been in. Yeah. So
are we the same age?
I'll be 32 in August.
Oh, okay. You're younger than me.
Yeah. But I started 18, so we probably have about the same
time. Yeah. I'll be 34 in July. June. I know when my birthday is. I don't know why. I think I'm excited about reunion in July.
Yeah.
But okay, so I came from a huge company.
Yeah.
That their conferences were so big that they had 5 of them. They split us into 5 groups, and it was like a Broadway show and Miss America and, Grammys and Oscars and Emmys all in one thing. So I came from that to a company that, even as big as we are now, still has a family feel, which I love. So my first reunion was I didn't really know what to expect. I knew not to expect what I was used to, because there was probably less than 200 people at that reunion, probably more like 100 and something. But it was interesting when all the smoke and pizzazz are gone. I still left reunion, just as pumped up, if not more than I would have been. And now I'll be going to my 6th reunion. Yeah. So it's just, I hope that, everybody watching this gets to experience it, just at least once in your life. Come to reunion, because it's different from our rallies. It's way more awesome than me doing a team meeting for you guys. It's different. And I actually, last night when I went live in my group, Danielle Malik joined me. She's hanging out here in the group. She's like, I'm never leaving your team group. I'm like, okay. And we just talked for an hour about this, that, and everything.
Yes.
And what I was telling my team is, it's so awesome meeting people and developing relationships with people outside of your team, people that they have no financial gain from anything you do, because those are the people that are going to cheer you up when you're down, or sometimes, kick you in the face when you're being a brat, they'll tell you the truth. And that's probably my favorite thing about Pink Zebra is just all the people that I've met and all the relationships that I've been able to build. And when I, look at different Pink Zebra people's Facebook pages, sometimes I'll look, how many mutual friends do we have? And it's like 100. And I'm like,
I know. Yeah.
How do I know that many people in Zebra? But I do, so this is a very different company from where I've come from. And, it's totally worth it. I love it.
Special. It really is something special. And I try not to say that as like a super cliche thing, because I genuinely don't mean it that way. I do genuinely mean it. Like, you don't find this elsewhere. I mean, I'm sure we all have friends in different companies and, people that do different things in direct sales. And when I talk about Pink Zebra and they're like, wait, you like took a picture with the founders? And I'm like, well, actually, Tom was like drinking at the bar. Like, it's fun. It's fun family feel. And nobody from Tom down and Tom and Kelly down make you feel like you're less than or less important than anybody else. Like, we all are genuinely working for the greater good of the company and to see everyone succeed. And you don't find that elsewhere. There's always people that are catty or people that don't get that, because it takes some heart too to understand that. But for the majority, we're all about like, go team PZ. It's not go to your team, go my team, comparison, competitive. Nope, it's go team PZ without a doubt. And that's awesome.
Well, I'll be honest. I share a lot. I do a lot of videos and I share a lot of stuff, but there are things that I don't share because I keep a few little nuggets just for sprinkle divas. But if you give me enough drinks in Dominican Republic, I'll tell you all my secrets. No, you're not missing out on a ton of stuff. But yeah, there's just a few little things that I'm like, ooh, look what I thought of. We're not telling anyone.
No, I do. I think everybody's got that though. I think that's what keeps it. I think that's what keeps it exciting, and intriguing, because then you're like, wait, what is she doing?
Yeah, exactly.
What is she doing?
Like, well, I'll tell you something that I'm trying. It may be an epic fail. I am trying a subscription box. Yes.
I'm working on the same thing.
We need to talk.
Because notes.
Yeah, I have sold one so far, which is better than zero. But from videos that I've seen of other people in other companies, other fragrance companies, that's where I get a lot of my ideas. I talked about this last night. I go see what the other wax slinging ladies are doing, because 99% of their good ideas can be our great ideas. That should go on a t-shirt. Okay, hold on. Note to self, make a t-shirt that says that awesome quip. I just talked into my phone. It didn't actually record it. I was just being So I'm trying this, and like I said, might be an epic failure, but it's like $24. That's what I'm charging. I am relying on the fact that, well, Lord, I need to at least sell 4 of them so that I can order cartons of sprinkles.
Okay.
Instead of individual jars. I do have a party that I'm putting in that's got a hostess like half price item right now. So I've already got one of my cartons half price. So I guess I'm doing okay. But like I said, relying on those cartons, because that gives me some wiggle room with the actual cost per item. So like, seriously, it depending on how this month goes, I might, just barely break even. But I think, you've got to show people stuff multiple times we hear that all the time. It's not always the first time you present an idea that someone goes, yes, I want that. So I, today, Happy Spring Day, I posted in my VIP customer group about it. I'm debating whether or not I put it on my business page. I guess I could, because there are people over there that aren't in my VIP group. But I've got one sign up so far, and I'm going to keep promoting it till the end of the month.
Okay.
And either place my order the 31st or April 1st. And, we'll just see how it goes. But I found some boxes online that are smaller. They'll definitely fit, I think, what I'm looking for, like what I plan to do. I think it's mostly always going to be 2 jars of sprinkles and a bottle of soaks. And every month has a different theme. I'll put these up to the camera. So April is April showers.
Yes.
May is May flowers, because that's the creative. June is summer vacation. July is America, America. August is back to school. Are you writing this down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I am. I'm looking. I'm like, oh, I like this. I think that they're similar to.
Oh, okay.
What theme?
September is fall festival. October is autumn harvest. November is #thankful. I have no idea what's going in that box. Scent wise, I have ideas for the other ones. And then December will be winter wonderland. And I'm just going to, I'm going to give it a try. I always have parties like in my name or my mom's name or my sister's name or somebody's name, because
I think we all need more sisters. That's what I've come to realize.
Yeah, we all need more sisters. I guess my little brother, he could have a party. He's 16 though, but I guess there's no rule against him having a party for me. But yeah, so I can always get some of the products at, half price or free. So I think I can make it work.
Your box sounds better than my box so far, because here's some tips here's some information that I'll give you. I've been doing a Paisleys Pic club.
Mm-hmm.
Paisleys Pic jar of the month club.
Yeah.
Not with samples, with actual jars. They buy actual jars. Because I love the idea of a sample of the month club, but I want to make money too. So I've been doing a Paisleys Pic jar. And what I rely on that order for is really to get $100 in sales volume in the month on the first of the month. I make $0 on it right now because I only charge $11 and that includes shipping.
Right.
I'm $0 on it. But I've had 10 people consistently for the last 6 months. So in my head, I'm like, that's kind of worth it. However, it's not been anything fun and fancy. It's literally been the jar of sprinkles and a sample of the following month's Paisleys Pic, so that they can tell me if they want to skip next month or order next month with one of the, the little cards that we get that have the recipes on it. I put the sample of the Paisleys Pic for the following month and the 2 cents that they recommend with them. So then they can tell me if they want all 3 jars, 1 jar, or one of the recipe jars or whatever. But I am looking to kind of jazz it up a little bit and go with that. And did you find this idea from the Party Plan Divas community? No, because it was just in there. Party Plan Divas and Lindsay Jones, she just had a question from a Scentsy rep about boxes of the month. And Lindsay is subscribed to one of them with Scentsy. And they showed, I'll have to share with you the picture of what it was, because it really got my wheels turning of how I can kind of up the Paisleys Pic Club.
Mm-hmm.
And I am torn of whether or not to keep it solely with Paisleys Pic and kind of do the boxes around that in the theme, or to do fun themes like that. I don't know.
There's so many different things you can do. That's the wonderful thing. You know what? It's very dark in here. I'm going to turn my little cat light on and let the world see me. That's a little better. There's a lot of different things, and I know of some other people who've done what you've been doing with the jar of sprinkles.
Yeah.
So I have a girl. I forget sometimes. I have a girl who recently left Scentsy, and
Okay.
she said she would do the subscription boxes with that company too. So yeah, I watch a lot of YouTube videos, especially because I'm at my desk right now. So like Saturdays, if I don't have anything going on, I feel like I kind of always gravitate here because there's thank you cards to write up or samples to work on or whatever, all that stuff that doesn't make us any money.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes, well, samples can make us money, but they don't make us like money right away. It's different than, going to do a party, like, an hour and a half long party or spending an hour and a half making samples and addressing all this. So I always have something on, and there's a couple, like top Scentsy people that I, check out on YouTube because I think they are savvy business ladies. And over the weekend, I think it was just this past weekend or maybe last weekend because my days all blur together, I started seeing subscription box videos. Like I saw one, and then I started watching more just to see what other people were doing. So so I found these boxes on Amazon that I'm frozen. I was frozen for. They're small, but I think, like I said, they'll hold 2 jars of sprinkles and a bottle of soaks, and they'll fit inside a flat rate bubble mailer with the post office. So there's that. That normally costs $7.25 to ship, but there's a website that I'm looking into. I'm going to try a free trial, and I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to try a free trial with every email address that I own. Because I have a Mac, and for Macs, it's like $15.95 a month to be a part of that. Yeah. I'm like, nope. I've got, my day job email, my personal email, my YouTube channel email, and then another email that I had originally created for Pink Zebra. And then, my husband's got a couple of emails too. So I might not be paying the $15.95 for quite some time, but that'll give me enough time to figure out like what kind of rate you can get. Cause it sounded to me like it was $1-ish discount. So I'm charging $5 flat shipping for anyone who gets my subscription box because I am under the impression that it's only going to cost me $6. So I'm willing to kick $1 in.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I mean, I'm going to have to do a couple months of this before I bring it to my team and say, look, you have to try this because it very well may not work. And Monique, who's my girl from Scentsy, is like, she's typing feverishly in the comments different ideas. So she said a sprinkle jar, soaps, and a woolly. That could be so cute. So yeah, I mean, there's so much more you can even do beyond what I'm thinking. But I like, I don't know. I really like selling the things that run out, and I do. I really do. And I know that some of the scents that people get, they're not going to be their favorites. But it's getting people kind of outside of their comfort zone a little bit with scents. I mean, I've stepped so far out of my comfort zone. Like last night I was like, I'm really not a floral girl. And then I was like, yeah, I should really stop saying that because I really honestly am all about every scent category we have now. And, and like I'm holding a sample of the gardenia scent. Like,
it's a good one.
I was not a floral person at all. Like Sweet Pea and Lily was probably one of the original ones that I was like, ooh, I like this. And that's because I used to mix it with fresh raspberry because that was one of my favorite scents. Right. But like for me to smell this and be like, oh, this is good, is like, I'm like, who am I?
That's how I feel about Happy Daisy.
I know. And so like I have stepped out of my comfort zone, and I melt all sorts of different scents that I would just never have thought I would have liked. So that's kind of a goal with this subscription box, just to give people a little. Yes, Monique, I haven't forgot about you. I promised her a sample of gardenia. yeah, so, hopefully hopefully they like what they get. I'm going to send them a survey after I know they've received their box, and, they can tell me what they thought. Did they like it? But I don't have a ton of customers wanting to exchange things or anything like that. Usually there's something I can send people to mix with something that they, will like it. Like I'm thinking of one of the like hurricane fundraiser scents we had. I had a customer get it and they were like, yeah, this is not what I thought it would be. And I'm like, let me send you like a heaping sample bag like this full of stonewashed denim. Try it with that. And they're like, yeah, that changed it so much. Usually I'm like kind of lame and just send them vanilla because I know that works with everything. But I was like, let's try stonewashed denim. And she loved it. And she ended up getting a carton of the stonewashed denim. And that made whatever the other scent was tolerable for her. So
that works. The other thing that I do with those customers, I always ask them, like I've had a person come back to me and they'll say, oh, this one's really not for me. The first question I ask is, do you know somebody that would really, really love that scent at all? And if they tell me yes, I have them forward the jar. I'll say, I'll replace your jar, but forward that to that friend because now I've gotten the referral.
Oh man,
that works.
Art.
That works.
Yeah, and I can't imagine that that's going to happen that many times.
It doesn't. No, it doesn't happen so much that you're like losing $1 billion. Right. It's just enough to forward it on. They get added to your group, all of that, or page or whatever. And then before you know it, that one customer that was dissatisfied has now turned on a new customer and they're both satisfied.
That's awesome. That is awesome. I love that.
It works.
It does work. Well, fabulous. Well, I've kept you long enough.
Oh my goodness, it's 9:00. This is what happens though, because then ideas just start flowing, and this is what it's about.
I mean, seriously, like last night when I went live with my team, I think I even mentioned when I was live with your team that I did not have a topic for them. And about an hour before it was time for me to go live, Danielle decided she was joining me. I'm like, all right, we're going to do this. And we talked about everything under the sun, including bras and underpants. Because bras are expensive.
They are expensive.
I'm sure I was talking. Oh yes, we were talking about the fall and how much I love fall because I just think people are really excited about the catalog right now, but it's a different kind of excited in the fall because people are definitely staying home more because the weather's not as lovely and or they're getting together with people. So fall has like a different feeling. And so we were actually kind of talking about, we talked about so much stuff, the incentive trip and how like right now we're not earning points, but we kind of technically are earning points because what we do now creates momentum for August. And so the parties you're holding now and the new customers you're meeting, they're going to become, there'll be customers in the fall, and some of them might even decide to join because they want to make cash for Christmas or bras. That's where the bra came from because bras are expensive.
So they might need to buy new bras in the fall, so they have to join your team. It's a no matter what goal.
Right.
Goal.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yep.
It all works and it all falls into place. But I'm excited, and that's so true. I was just kind of preaching this same thing of like, don't take the time off. Do not take time off. I say it in December and January, and I say it now too. Don't take time off. It will push through, because there might be a little bit of a lull. There might be a scary, I don't know what to do, but just push on through because it's only going to set you up for the rest of the year. And it's going to be worth it.
Well, last week, I think in the team meeting, that was when Danielle was scheduled to speak. And now apparently she's a frequent guest speaker, talking about, kind of thinking outside the party, because sometimes you find that you don't have a party, but you can still have a party without having a party. And so, if you hold on, I'm playing HQ trivia right now. Okay. I'm not going to win the $5,000. Let's just be honest. I probably won't. I probably have better odds of winning the lottery right now. But it started at 9:00, and I'm like, well, I just need to try. I'm usually out by question number 4, and there's 12 questions, so I don't like my odds for sure. But by definition, a person who's ambidextrous can use both hands. Yay! That was question 3.
That's true.
It makes me feel smart until question 4, and then I'm like,
you've got it. You've got question 4. Don't worry. You've got it.
We'll see. I was saying something.
Danielle was talking about last week.
Oh, yes. Thinking outside the party, because you might find yourself in a situation where you don't have as many parties on your calendar as you'd like, but there's still things that you can do to keep your business going.
Yes. And I've been saying too, I know that we are doing a big push for parties, and I understand that, and it is so important and vital to our business. But I've even been trying to tell my hosts, a party is you and 3 people. 3 people ordering with free shipping gets you anything in the catalog half off.
Yep.
You and 5 of your friends taking advantage of free shipping gets you anything in the catalog for free. When you break it down to orders, our average orders, and how quick people will take advantage of free shipping, don't worry about $1,000 party. A qualified party is 3 orders of $50. It's easy peasy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Free shipping was a big game changer.
Huge.
I almost said a game changer, but that's not.
That's not right. That's not right. All right, I'm going to go finish baking up some cookies. You're going to play your game there, and we will chat more. And we have 30-something days until hot sunshine. Hot sunshine, people. Do you guys understand? Like, I wish it wasn't dark out so I can show you the snow falling and the foot of snow that we're expecting, because over it. And they already called school off. So I have a 9-year-old, like just, it's madness.
Yeah, going crazy or really happy?
Well, he's really happy, but that means that he's going to drive me crazy for the entire 24 hours that he's home. So it's going to be fun.
I'll think of you.
Thanks. Pray for me. Everybody just pray. All right. Bye, everybody. Thanks for taking a chat with you guys.
Thank you for coming to hang out. And I'm not going to kick you out of the group. You'll have to leave on your own.
That's how we roll.
I'm not saying you have to leave, but I'm saying I'm not kicking you out.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Bye.